Hey, so everybody, believe it or not, your home may not be worth what you think. And let's discuss why on this episode of Destry TV. So first, ask yourself this question. Do you need to sell or refinance your property? Because if you don't, this conversation is basically irrelevant because it won't matter to you if it's worth $2 or $2 million. However, if you are planning on making a change anytime soon, the conversation is obviously relevant. But contrary to what you've been told, your home is not worth what you got in it, what you need for your next purchase, how much you personally want for the property, what your neighbor told you their home was sold for, or what Zillow tells you it's actually worth. It really doesn't matter what you're selling. If you're selling jewelry, a car, a couch, or your house, it's only going to be worth what a buyer is willing to pay you for the property. And I know you spent $150,000 putting in that pool last year, and you've put in new carpet, new paint, maybe you even put in gold faucets. But I think every appraiser out there is going to tell you the same thing, that those upgrades are going to be worth anywhere between 15 and 40% of what you actually spent. And I know you've seen on some websites and heard before that if you replace your whole kitchen, you'll get 100% of that money back. Well, how can anyone make that arbitrary statement? We don't know what you spent. How are they going to know how much to get back? So every neighborhood I've run into has always had that mythical home that has sold for some crazy amount, way above what anything has ever sold for. I will tell you, though, in 30 years of doing this, every one of those that I've heard about and researched, I've only found maybe 2 or 3 of those unicorns to actually be true. Online websites are my favorites. You can look on 4 different websites for your same address and get 4 different values. And they may be as wide apart as 20%. In fact, I heard that back in 2016, the CEO of Zillow actually sold his home for 40% below what the estimate on his own website was. And look, your real estate agent is still going to be your best source for this data because they're one of the only ones who have access to all of the data. So your real estate agent is still going to be your best source for all this information because they're the only one who has access to all the data. Next time you're ready to sell, going to refinance, take your emotions out of it, look at the data, and that's going to tell you exactly what a buyer is going to be willing to pay you for your property. So hey, next week on Destry TV, we're going to talk about what to do with all those repairs that you just found on your home inspection.